Norfolk, another school you once upon a time coached out on the basketball side of things. The first-year man at the helm is Karlynn Ferebee, who now joins us on the program. Coach, congratulations on the new gig. You as pumped up for the start of football as we all are?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, first of all, for having me. I really appreciate that. And we're very excited over here at Norview for the new start, new program. We've been going since, late January, early February, really trying to change the culture in this building.
Well, I know since I got you to come on this show, the first thing Ed wants to ask you has to do with your last name. So go ahead, Ed, before we dive into your key players. I know that's something we just had on someone with the same last name.
Coach, first of all, congrats. One of my old stomping grounds, Norview. Loved it, absolutely loved it.
Thank you very much.
Got a lot of feelings. I'm wearing blue again. I just tell them, man, I'm wearing blue for the first time since I coached at Norview. I just got the job at Smithfield High School for basketball. But I had to ask when I saw Ferebee, are you related to Glenwood Ferebee?
Yes, we are. We are distant cousins down the line. Our kind of like our grandfathers are like brothers, so we are all related. And you mentioned Smithfield. Coach Kermit Buggs over there at Smithfield is actually my first cousin. So I do have a lot of family around this area coaching, and I've been coaching in this area for 15 years.
And when the scrimmage last night was against none other than the Smithfield Packers, which was not planned. It's just so ironic how this all happened. But
that's crazy because Coach Tracy Parker, head coach at Smithfield, who you faced last night, was my office mate at Nan's River for like 6 years, and he had to get out of there. And he said the best thing of leaving Nan's River was leaving me behind. And now guess who his office mate is again?
Right
he
back
tried for 2 days. Yep.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And we had a good time with the scrimmage. It was very organized. Everybody was on the same page. We got a lot of work done on both sides, and I thought it was very competitive.
Perfect. Well, let's do this. This is your first time coming on the show. I know this is going to interest Ed in our audience. Tell us about your coaching background, because while you're new as a first-year head coach, you've been coaching around the Eastern District football scene for a little while, haven't you?
Yes, sir. I've been in the Eastern District for above 15 years now. I started at Norview. Well, actually, I started as a middle school head coach, and then I moved on to Norview, JV, worked my way up to varsity under Coach Cotton. And then from there, I went to Churchland with one of my college teammates in Dontrell Leonard. And then after that, I was at Granby. And then this is my first year here. And at Churchland and Granby, I was involved in defense. I've always been a DB coach, and then later on became a defensive coordinator before I was a head coach.
So
and
when the job
as well.
What was that last thing you said?
Special teams as well. Yeah.
Special teams, okay. So when the job comes open, I know there's been a little bit of some transition the last couple of years there at Norview. How much was it about right timing and just the community, the kids? How much did it feel like this was the right thing for you?
I think it was the right timing because I do work in the building. I am an architecture and engineering-based teacher. So I do know the kids and I understand the kids. And I think the timing was absolutely perfect when they needed, I don't want to say necessarily myself, but this particular coaching staff that genuinely cares about them. As you see behind, we're trying to bring all the greatness back to Norview that it once was. It's been a down period, and we want to show them the greatness that Norview once was and get back to that culture. That's the overall goal. And it starts with the classroom. All spring, all our focus was academics, attendance, and behavior. And all we do is instill discipline, structure, and accountability into our kids each and every day.
We're chatting with the first-year head football coach of the Norview Pilots, Karlynn Ferebee. His team will open things up on August 28th at the Great Bridge Wildcats. As you see it, they have Denby, Woodside to follow before the Eastern District slate begins with Granby, Manor, Churchland, Maury, Booker T, Norcom, and Lake Taylor to close things out in November on their quest to make the postseason. It is 757 Sports Talk on CoVA Sports TV, Ed.
Coach, before we are looking at that schedule, and, you got some toughies up top. You're at Great Bridge on that first one. Tough place to play. Then you got Denby, a great quarterback with Parker, and then, of course, Woodside. So you didn't really look for any cupcakes, I would say.
Oh, no, sir. I try my best not to do that. This schedule was set a little bit before I got the job, but I was okay with it. But as far as scrimmages as well, we try to schedule everything as hard as we can so that we can be prepared for the season no matter what it brings.
Well, now, Coach, I got to ask you, your first chance to be head coach on the high school level.
Yes, sir.
So things I like to ask coaches that in that situation for them, what's a couple things that once they said, we want you, you're our guy, what were some things you said, okay, this is paramount. I got to do this thing now, this thing, this thing, 2-3 things right off top of the bat that you had to take care of.
The number one thing is I wanted to take care of Norview. What I mean by that is try to keep my kids here in this building. Norview is a very big community school. We have a lot of students, and all of our students live right here in the community. And I wanted to make sure that we keep these kids here. They had a lot of negative experiences. Some of them had the mindset that they might want to go somewhere else. And then when I got the job, the number one thing I wanted to do was just keep these guys in the building. I have 18 seniors that I was able to retain, and they are a very strong group of guys. And then from there, it was all about academics and changing the culture and the mindset. Because we have the athletes. We have athletes for days here at Norview, but it's about changing the mentality. It's not just to be physically tough, but you have to be mentally tough as well. And that is the number one thing that we preach right now.
And with those 18 seniors, tell us some of those key 12th graders you'll be counting on, and also some players that might be underclassmen. They're going to matter for you, be it on the offensive side, defensively for you this coming year.
Yes, sir. Of the 18 seniors, we have Jameer Vaughn, who's our returning quarterback. And we also have a junior, Jamel Howard, who's been giving him some great competition at quarterback. And he also plays defense as well. Jamel plays everywhere. Tight end, receiver, outside back. He plays a little bit of everything. Senior leadership, though, so we have Jameer Vaughn, Zyquez Williams. We have the twins, Trenton and Trayvon Stevenson-Freeman, as well as we have a couple newcomers. We have some newcomers from the basketball team. Coach Foster has a great basketball program here, and that was another one of the things I did in keeping Norview kids. I wanted to get guys from other sports to come on out and play with us as well. And we have 3 very key guys that came from the basketball team. And Hayden Luther is a senior, Xavier Bynum is a senior, and Amari Martin is a junior. So those are a lot of key guys on the offensive line, senior-led by Breon. We have Israel Barrett and Kasim Kirby. All right. So, yes, we have a lot of seniors. They're all over the place. And they're very receptive because we coach hard, bringing in a lot of things that they're not used to. And they're very receptive. No matter how hard we are on them, good days, bad days, they return and they want more. So I love it. They're very competitive, and they just want success. These senior class had 3 years that was just miserable for them, on and off the field. So we're just trying to give them a better experience all around.
Well, as you know, getting a team to have a turnaround, it can be helped and accelerated when you have a good senior crop and the leadership is there.
Yes, sir. Because like I said, the seniors. I also didn't mention Daryl Jefferson. We have a stable of running backs. We have a lot of guys, and then we have a good group of juniors as well, led by Xavier McCoy at linebacker. We just have a great group of guys that are dedicated, and they know that what our numbers is, and we just go forward from there. We don't deal with what we can't control. We handle what we can control. And that's the mindset I try to get them, pushing through adversity and just coming together as a team. And like you said, those seniors really lead the way vocally and just mentally as well. And I expect them to do the same thing when we start school on Monday.
They're starting school early in late August now. A couple more minutes here with Karlynn Ferebee, the head football coach in his first year at the helm of the Norview Pilots. Their opener August 28th at the Great Bridge Wildcats. Our guest here on 757 Sports Talk on CoVA Sports TV. Ed?
Coach, what about staff? If you can give us a rundown, especially your coordinators, who's coming on board with you?
Okay, my defensive coordinator, his name is Everett Garrison. We've been coaching together for years. He's a Norview native. Offensive coordinator is one of my former players, someone that I watched grow up. And some of y'all know when he played, Anton Ashby Jr. And after he left Norview, he went to play at Norfolk State. We also have Creighton Incremenius with the offensive line, and he's my assistant head coach that really helped me out as an experienced coach. Kelvin McCoy on the defensive line. And we have a lot of younger guys this is like their, second and third year coaching that has come with us from Granby. Jari Colston, Julius Franks, and Jermaine Clark. I want to shout them out because they do an excellent job helping with varsity, but they also coach JV as well. And I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anybody.
Yeah, and I love you getting.
I am forgetting Elmon Christensen. I am forgetting our running backs coach. I am forgetting.
There you go. You get them all some love, and I love the fact you brought in Coach Inco. Incormenius,
Yes,
you brought up him. He was obviously at Granby most recently as an assistant, but before that, he was a head coach at Grafton and Bethel. You got a nice blend of old and young, kind of that which I think is going to help with the kids. And I know Ed now taking over a basketball job. It's in his brain. I got to have that mix of old and young. It kind of keeps everybody fresh, right?
Yes, and it actually went hand in hand because, like I mentioned, since you were talking about Smithfield, my uncle Joe Buggs is a Smithfield legend. He has been in Creighton Incormenius' life, his entire life. Our families have been close forever. So it's just perfect that it all comes fold, that he gets to join my staff as well and be something like a mentor for me and guide me along the way as a first-year head coach.
That is so cool. So cool, Ed.
I love it.
Coach, I would ask you, but I got a feeling you football coaches played so close to the vest. Me in basketball, I'll tell you anything you want to know because I don't even know what we're doing at that time. Other than have more points than your opponents, anything we can look for that you can't divulge too many secrets, offensively, defensively, that you like to do?
Really, it's not really a secret when people look at myself and Coach G. As long as we've coached together, Coach G is Coach Garrison, by the way. As long as we've coached together, we've always had a very dominant defense. Whether it be at Norview, Granby, and even when I was helping out at Churchland, because Churchland does have a good defense as well. Big shout out to Coach Ferguson and Coach Leonard over there. But everywhere we've been, we've had a pretty dominant defense, and you should be looking for a very high pace, high tempo offense with a lot of athletes that we're going to try to put in a lot of different positions. We don't have guys in just one set position. We have a lot of athletes and we want to use it.
I love it. Well, hey, Coach, thank you so much for coming on today. We're looking forward to watching the Pilots soar to new heights under your leadership, and it should be an awful lot of fun for you here in 2025 with this group. Senior laden, but also some newcomers and some fresh faces trying to complement them well. Best to you, and we'll definitely keep in touch.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate y'all having me up here. Looking forward to seeing you guys again.
You bet.
Good luck to you, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Third or fourth and inches, halfback option. They'll never see it coming.
They'll never see it coming. You sound like my uncle. I know y'all. That's how I know y'all work together. You sound like my uncle.
Listen, that's the guy he is. He was telling Stack at Cox for years, go throw the bomb on 4th and inches. He'll tell you.
He did it. He did it one time. They won the game. I didn't want none of the credit.
Another time, we didn't tell him about that. So,
all right. Well, one for you. Make sure you trap him at half court.
Oh,
we're gonna try to trap in the locker room if I can get away with it. I got a 6-man rotation, a 6-man play that if I can get away with it, the trap's gonna look good.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, man.
You
have a great day.
You got it. Karlynn Ferebee, our guest here on 757 Sports Talk on CoVA Sports TV. We're going to take another timeout. We got more coming your way here to close up the show, including our conversation with Jeremy Blunt of the Phoebus Phantoms and Jason Harrell of the Manchester Lancers. You see, Woodrow Wagner says, sail with the Pilots. You're watching 757 Sports Talk, and it's on CoVA